Hello everyone, how you doing? This will be a new video, and uh, good evening. Where are my manners? Sometimes my manners aren't so good. um, so this video is going to be about my transition from New Age to Christianity. This will be a rather long video, and I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you like it. If you have some nourishment with you, some food, something, perhaps a beverage. You should sit down, relax, and consume it and enjoy this video. I'm just going to talk for a while, then I'll be done soon. I'm looking over here because I do have some books, and I'd like to show you some books. Um, so basically, as a child, I was enrolled in a Catholic school, and I enjoyed the whole Catholic experience. I enjoyed the sacraments, baptism, everything else, um, the rituals, everything else that occurs in the Catholic Church. I enjoyed it, and the Eucharist and everything, and just the way that Catholic churches are built. They're very intricate, they're very detailed, and very inviting, and very aesthetically pleasing, which is I enjoy as well. And so I have some knowledge of Catholicism, but I haven't read deeply into Catholicism for quite some time. So my knowledge there is not very well developed. But I enjoy that. As I became older, I went to a Pentecostal church, and that was different, a more kind of lively, expressive experience. But I do think that the Catholic experience is better, in my opinion. Um, Also, as I became older, I was bullied, and that's hard for me to talk about. And anyone who has been bullied in their life, um, especially individuals who have uh, encountered severe bullying, my heart goes out to you. Um, I know a lot of people have lost their lives. A lot of teenagers um, have lost their lives due to bullying. Um, and my heart goes out to the parents as well who have lost their children due to bullying. And it's just we live in a very wicked world. And humans, when we look through the annals of history, we see that humans are capable of very amazing things, but also very destructive and deadly things. And as humans, we have to be aware of what we say to others, how we act, what we do, because our words and our actions can have lasting impact on others. So we have to be careful. And you know, it's hard for me to talk about, but I think in an ideal world, uh, if we make a mistake or we treat somebody wrong or we do something bad, we should just admit that we messed up and try our best to never make that mistake again, and do not make that mistake again if we made one that caused a problem. And I mean, um, I've hurt people. I've done bad things in my life that have hurt people, and I'm sorry to anyone that I've hurt. Everyone that I've hurt in my life, sorry. And I the best I can do is just try to be a better person, and realize that there's my mistakes, and I've come to the realization that it's we have to. We're in the process of becoming. We're in the process of changing, transforming to be a better person. And so I'm sorry for anyone that I've hurt. Please forgive me, and I am doing my best to be the best person I can be. And I'm a blemished individual. I have problems. I think, so I'm working on those problems and trying to be a better person. And I think I do think that God does communicate with me, right? I do think that God communicates with all of us, many people. And sometimes we get angry, sometimes we feel hurt or bitter, and we do something bad, and then when we do something bad, we realize that we're doing something bad, and then we apologize. But apologies aren't always, apologies don't fix what happened, but the best we can do as humans is realize our folly, realize our sins, and do better and change. And I think that's what makes it's hard, but it's necessary to be a better person, to become more Christ-like over time. And Christianity is a continuous, perpetual process of change and transformation. And I think that's why Christianity is not easy. Being a Christian isn't easy. I mean, there are some beliefs that state it's better to just embrace evil or do bad things. But no, Christianity tells us that's not true. We have to always strive to become the best that we can be, realize our sins, realize our mistakes, realize our errors in judgment, and come to the conclusion, the truth, that we must do better and that we ought to do better. And that there is an objective, universal moral standard beyond us that God has bestowed upon us, that we rely upon to know that certain things are good, that we need to work towards progress and righteousness over time, internally and also externally. So in our minds, in our psyches, and also in the physical world that we experience collectively and together. All right, so it's hard to talk about. Let me just continue. So yeah, I was bullied a lot. That caused me to question God and also just things happening in the world. Original sin, things like that, moral evil, natural evil, things like that. And I began to doubt that God was good. Began to become disgusted and despise God. And that led me to being a misotheist. So I basically hated God. I believed God was real, but I felt like God was evil. And because of that, I attached myself to the problem of evil, or the Epicurean paradox. Epicurean paradox is basically an ancient argument that challenges God's omnibenevolence and omnipotence simultaneously, and it does so synchronously by its premises and the conclusions that come from taking different assertions and going through the process, the syllogism of basically the argumentation. And if God is omnipotent and God is also omnibenevolent, then why is there so much evil? Why does there seem to be an overabundance of evil? Why does it not seem to be stopping? It seems to be getting worse in some cases, some instances. It seems to be getting worse. Now that was a problem that I had, that I was struggling with, and so I was a misotheist for a while. And then I just decided, why am I holding on to this anger? Let me just become an atheist and just not believe in God. And that's what I did. And I looked into Daniel Dennett. I looked into Sam Harris, Richard Dawkins, Christopher Hitchens, other atheists, Alex O'Connor. I looked into everyone for the most part. Well, not everyone, but you know what I mean. Enough atheists that were, prominent and are popular in the world today. And I was like, okay, well, I started to learn arguments. Omnipotent paradox, omniscient paradox, Epicurean paradox. Those are the common ones. There's more arguments to challenge God's existence. But yeah. But also, I became disillusioned, and I became just unsatisfied with materialism and naturalism, because I felt like certain questions weren't being answered. And that I would say is metaethical and metalogical questions concerning reality, metaphysical things like that. I feel like materialism and naturalism just didn't have the explanatory prowess to really answer those kind of questions that I had. So I was like, well, I could go back to Christianity, right? Catholicism, awesome, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that. So I decided to just look into other religions, right? I looked into hoodoo, Santeria, Macumba, Wicca, Asatru, and many other pagan beliefs. I looked into pre-Christian European beliefs, Christian African beliefs, everything, South American, every continent, every as many ethnic groups and people groups I could think of or look into. I've looked into and read about their religious beliefs, and my goal was to create, um, combine, and mix all of these beliefs together to create some sort of ultimate syncretic belief. So I was basically a syncretist, and my goal was to basically create my own God and my own religion based on the religions. I looked at religions as being little pieces to a puzzle, and when those pieces merge, they create a whole. And I believe that every religion that every religion was just specks of what the true beliefs are, and that's what I was working on a book, and then I scrapped the book. I just deleted all the information because I eventually became a Christian. I was like, no. So yeah, that's what happened. So I'm going to show you some books, just two books. Um, Hold on, let's see. No, okay. Here it is. Okay, so this book is I haven't read the whole thing. I have a good amount of books. I haven't read the entirety of this book yet. I haven't read the totality of it, but I do have the book. This is, I think, a good book for anyone who's struggling with their faith or they feel like God isn't listening to them. This is a good book. It's You Don't Have to Take It Anymore Because You Are Dressed to Kill: A Biblical Approach to Spiritual Warfare and Armor, Rick Renner. So, show you this book. I think it's a great book. It's given to me. It's a really good book. This is a recent book that I have, and it's really good. So if you're a person who is a Christian or going through anything that you think is spiritual warfare, or you think you're an atheist, or whatever your religion is, you should read this book. Very good book. Highly recommend, suggest that you read this. Okay, and also this other book. Now this book is a bigger, chunkier book. It's a larger book, but it's really good too. I haven't read the whole thing. See, rather sizable. It's Systematic Theology, an Introduction to Biblical Doctrine by Wayne Grudem. So it's a good book too. Anyone who's interested in philosophy or theology should read this book. It's a very good book. Provides a very good structural approach to Christianity and the Bible and understanding hermeneutics and also exegesis. So it's a great book. Yeah, that's it. So yeah. So basically, before I was a Christian, I was a syncretist, and I decided to become a solitary witch, or that was my plan. And yes, men can be witches too. But yeah, that was my plan, and I regret doing that. But I think that when a person goes through a lot of bad experiences, occurrences throughout their lives, they, sometimes they feel like God is listening to them. I feel like God was listening to me, so I was like, well, maybe I should try something else. There's other beliefs out there I can choose from. Why not try something else? And I am gonna be honest and say I think magic does work. I think it does work. I think there's a lot of history concerning magic. Of course, now I know that now in the 21st century, we live in a world where there is a lot of um, people saying that magic doesn't work, and that's fine. Everyone's not going to believe it works, but I think it does, just from personal experience. I think it does, but I also think that people have to be careful with it. But I learned about different types of magic, and most common magic is sympathetic magic. There's other types of magic out there. I've read into various people like Helena Blavatsky. I read into Aleister Crowley, Anton LaVey, and there's other people too. But those are like the most popular people. I think Annie Besant is another person. So I've read into other people. I think Samuel Mathers is also another person. Could be wrong about that because I don't remember. I haven't read into I haven't read into anything about witchcraft for a long time, so I don't remember everyone that I've read into, but I have read um, into I have looked into it, and my plan was also to also into the new religion I was producing, so also to add magic as well. Because magic was an essential or cornerstone of the religion that I wanted to explore, that I wanted to create, basically. And I yeah, I did that for a while, but I think God helped me. God saved me, and currently I'm a Christian, and I'm going to say that I became a Christian because I looked into philosophers, looked into theologians, and also I talked to pastors and priests, who helped me. These two books are good that I have here. So again, I'm going to show you another time. This one and this one. So make sure that you purchase the book online, or if you can get it from the library, do so. Good books to read to maintain your faith and also to explore philosophical and theological um, ideas and principles. I do want to say as well, I know that I do believe God is real. Um, I mean, there's many reasons why, but the main reason I believe God is real is because of philosophical arguments, logical, metalogical, metaphysical, epistemological, mathematical, ontological arguments. I mean, there's also probability arguments too, and for God. But there's a lot of different types of arguments for God. I think I'm going to produce a prescription. Um, Not a prescription, sorry. I'm going to produce a description below that will explain. I will put links and everything. I think that are some good arguments for God's existence. And I'm going to put all the information below. I'll put books below. So these two books, I'll add maybe about a few more books. If you are struggling with being a Christian, I understand. Okay, I understand. I think when bad things happen to people, they tend to question God's accuracy and authenticity in their lives, and if God's really there. I understand that. When bad things happen, people tend to do that. I've done that, and yes, I'm a Christian now, but I'm far from perfect. Um, I've made a lot of mistakes. Like I said, anyone that the people that I've hurt throughout my life, I'm sorry for hurting you, and I wish I, made better choices. The best I can do now is just make better choices and trust in God. And I think I'm just sorry. That's all I have to say. Very sorry. Um, so I'm just trying to do better. I'm just trying to do better. That's it. Sorry, it's happening. Trying to do better. Sorry, it's hard for me to talk about. I'm just trying to become the best person that I can be. And I think Christianity also teaches us that as well. Christianity tells us, informs us that we need to become the best that we can be. Um, we need to experience, go through transformation. Christianity is a metamorphosis of our will to a higher plane where we can be better people, be more civilized, more righteous, more sacrificing, more forgiving. And it's hard to do that because of our human will and bad things that happen. Um, so I'm going to provide the books, description below, also arguments. And if you're struggling, if you're an atheist or whatever religion you're in, if you're a person who's a Christian but you're kind of struggling and your faith is dwindling, and your faith is leaving you, I'm going to put my email in the description as well. You can email me and you can ask if you just want to talk about like what's bothering you and why um, you're not you're not why you're not a Christian, or why you're struggling with your faith. Maybe someone hurt you, you know, or maybe you hurt someone and you think God's not going to forgive you, or maybe someone hurt you and and because you're in so much pain, you're wondering why it happened and why did God allow it to happen, or why didn't God stop it? Maybe you hurt someone, you're wondering, you know, maybe you did something to someone and you thought you could never do something like that to someone, or um, Maybe you're questioning, why didn't God, um, prevent you from doing something bad? For other people, maybe you lost a loved one, and you're fighting, you're wrestling with that. Maybe you lost your mother or your father, and you're wondering what you're going to do. Maybe someone hurt you really bad. Maybe natural disaster came and destroyed your house, or maybe you have nothing, or maybe you're very poor. Um, maybe you just feel like your life isn't going anywhere. It could be anything, literally anything. I'm just providing examples. You can message me and tell me how you're feeling, and we can just chat about faith and God and anything. Even if you just want to talk about spirituality or just talk about religion or paganism or whatever, I'm fine with talking about that, or just but yeah, concerning why I believe in God, I read said philosophical reasons, philosophical arguments, ontological, epistemological, ethical, metaphysical arguments. Um, yeah, also, uh, axiology. I'm sure there's some arguments there as well. Probabilistic arguments for God, mathematical arguments for God is why I believe in God. Main reasons. Um, Secondary reasons would be personal experiences. Also, I was into the occult, into magic, so I think those experiences would also lead me to believe in God as well. And thirdly, just um, I've met some amazing people in my life, and I think I met them because of God as well. And yeah, I met some amazing, great people in my life who taught me a lot, and I miss them. But yes, I believe in God because of that too. The good times I've had as well, and just things I've learned. I think God is real, and things I've experienced. So I'm going to do all of that. The next video I will do. I'll probably do another video later. I just want to get. I just want to produce content. Yes, content. And I want the content to be straightforward, transparent. Um, just me, just me wearing a Zelda hat. Any Zelda fans out there? Welcome. Please subscribe as well. I played Zelda a lot when I was a child. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Great video games. Very just wonderfully made. Enjoyed them. So if you're a Zelda fan, you want to talk about Zelda, it's cool. If you want to talk about religion, that's fine. If you're a Christian and you're struggling through something and you just want someone to talk to, you can message me. I have things to do, but I check my email at least once a day if you just want to chat or about something or whatever. You can do that. And just like I said, we make bad decisions, okay? And also people make bad decisions. They hurt us, and sometimes we make bad decisions. We hurt people. We're human, It's, I guess, original sin, and there's other factors too why people do bad things. But like I said, anyone I've hurt in my life, all people I've hurt in my life, please forgive me, and I'm sorry, and I'm doing the right thing to be the best Christian that I can be, and not just because Christian, but it's the right thing to do. Overall, I really believe that universal morals are real, and there's a right way to live, and there's a wrong way to live. There's a right way to act, and an improper way to act. So, the right way is to improve and continue going through that metamorphosis. Continue going through that long, arduous process to be the best person that we can be. So, thank you for watching. Subscribe. I will produce another video later about another topic. I just want to get these ideas out there. I want to help people, and I need help as well, right? We all need help in life. Bad things happen, good things happen. We all need help, and don't think that you're not good enough to succeed in your life. Life is hard, but if we work together, we can. If we can ascend above the squalor, if we can ascend above um, the nonsense, the hogwash, the manipulation, in society, the programming, the conditioning, and the control in society, we can become our best selves. And I think that's really the height of humanity. The pinnacle of our species is our ingenuity, our creativity, our ability to work together, and also our reasoning, our ideas and logic, and our relationships. So just everyone have a great night. God bless you, and thank you for watching. And please subscribe.